Gospel reflection for Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I have long wondered about today's gospel. Why is the story of the hemorrhagic woman sandwiched between two segments about Jairus and his daughter? Is it because she's less significant than Jairus and his family? I believe that each of us, in some respects, share similarities with her. We may not have a particular ailment, nor been suffering for so long, but we have deep needs for healing, as does she. Consider her, enduring so many years of social isolation because she was considered unclean. Not only has she been socially ostracized, but she's in financial straits. As Mark tells us, she had suffered greatly at the hands of many doctors and had spent all that she had. Yet she was not helped, but only grew worse. Although obliged to avoid social contact, here we find her in the crowd, trying to remain in their shadows. Jesus, just departed from the boat, is surrounded by people and is now face to face with Jairus, who is seeking help for his daughter. Amid lots of noise and confusion, the woman takes courage to approach Jesus only to touch his cloak. She who remains nameless, anonymous. Can't you just see her, reaching surreptitiously to touch Jesus' clothes from behind? She seems to have no doubt that Jesus can and will heal her. The only if is not whether she will be cured, but rather whether she will be able to reach him through the crowd and through the confusion. Initially, neither Jesus nor his disciples know who touched him. Says Peter, "You see how the crowd is pressing upon you, and yet you ask, 'Who touched me?'" Only at that point does the woman come forward, approaching in fear and trembling, falling down before Jesus. Why fear and trembling? Maybe because she knows she shouldn't be there given her affliction. Or maybe because she senses Jesus' power in healing her. Why might this woman speak particularly to us? Well, first, she is and remains hidden and unknown. She arrives obscured by the crowd and by Jairus' situation. She speaks only when Jesus asks who touched him, and healed, she leaves as quietly as she came. How often do we too approach God quietly in our own hearts, perhaps asking for help or healing, unseen by others, yet touching Jesus, then going quietly about our own life? Hidden we may be to all but God. May we have the same courage as this woman, coming forward to God in faith, laying out our needs. Secondly, the woman's faith is remarkable. She has no doubt that Jesus can heal her. Her only concern seems to be whether she can get through to him in the crowd. As we ponder our needs for healing for ourselves and others, can we come forward with the same faith as this woman had? For Jesus, that's important. The real healing comes from her faith. As Jesus says, "Your faith has saved you." And that is what Jesus prizes. Can Jesus say the same for us about our faith in his action, despite the outcome? Finally, let us imagine the effect of healing on this woman's life. After 12 years of suffering, now she is able to re-enter society, join her family and friends, and emerge into the life of her family and community. How powerful is that? Can you think of a time when you or a loved one have experienced healing that changed your or that person's life? Do you believe the same can occur again for you or for those you bring to Jesus? Let us, each of us, pray in our own way for the courage to come forward and state our needs in faith they will be met, as a woman did when she touched Jesus' clothing. As importantly, let us ask for the grace to recognize when healing has occurred, even if that looks different from what we might have expected.